back on graduating from Berkeley, I think about the 3 obstacles that I had, maybe more obstacles that I had, which were finances, being a first generation, being a woman of color, being, Xing excuses, and maybe barriers and obstacles. And I think about how I had every reason to quit, every reason to come back home, and I didn't. And I think about what kept me there, and really what it was living my mom's American dream. And I reflect on her experiences, how she worked housekeeping, or being a housekeeper, how she woke up every morning for as long as I can remember, 6 in the morning, taking the bus to work, coming home, 6, 7, at 8 at night, and how she didn't want that for me. And I knew I didn't want that for myself either. And the only way that I could move forward was getting a higher education. And having a higher education has definitely opened doors for me, and I'm thankful for that. So as a woman of color and also as a first generation, I had to surround myself with people with similar experiences, or maybe not similar experiences, but I definitely had to put myself in places where I wasn't alone. I got involved. I ended up volunteering, just really making myself feel at home and making myself be part of the university, because I knew that I belonged in the university. There was a whole committee had gathered together, and I was chosen as one of the students, so it just didn't make sense to me to think that I didn't belong on campus. And so it was really just the getting out of my comfort zone and going out and seeking the relationships, the friendships that would allow me to not feel alone, to feel supported, to feel that I could actually successfully graduate. I definitely am grateful that I came across people that were supportive of me achieving a higher education. Maybe my family didn't know how to support me initially, but I'm also grateful that my mom took the courage to come to this country with my sisters and I felt as if it was my responsibility to give out to her and help her achieve that American dream, which was for me to have a higher education and have the opportunity to have a career. And ultimately, yes, I have had the opportunities, and yes, I am achieving her American dream, but I'm also achieving my own dream. Finances, first generation, being a woman of color, being so many multi-layers to your identity, don't let those be the reasons that you stay out of school don't let those barriers be the reason as to why you stay out of school. Finding a higher education, realize that having a higher education is important, that pursuing a higher education is important. Not only because it's going to offer you better opportunities, but really it's you giving back to the country. You put out your work, you're volunteering, you're working, you're making yourself part of the campus, and it's going to pay off, because how I think about it is I could either work an 8-hour shift, or I could put a scholarship together for 8 hours, and if I work for 8 hours, I'm going to come out with maybe a $100 check. Versus if I put in 8 hours for a scholarship, put in my package, get my letters of recommendation, and just send out my package, it's 8 hours, and I would get around $1,500 for that. So I was working for my scholarships. So I really want to encourage any Chicanas, any Chicanos, because Chicanos, Chicanas, Latinas, Mexican Americans, to really just seek those scholarships and the organizations that are out there to help you, to help you succeed, to help you stay in school, because the academics can take care of themselves. If you put in the work and you get the tutoring, the extra, you just go the extra mile, you'll be able to overcome the academics. Now the financial part is a lot more difficult, especially if you're coming from a background where your parents can't help you, because they were born in Mexico, or because they didn't achieve a higher education, that shouldn't be the reason why you shouldn't apply to school, or why you shouldn't stay in school, or why you don't go out to seek the extra financial aid. So for me, what helped me succeed was definitely the private scholarships that I applied to, and that I took the time to apply. My name is Miriam Avilez. Thank you.